championship. We just thought that this was something worth exploring. So really, kind of in an odd way, behind the scenes, bridges the gap between the first 30 for 30 and this one. And then we pitched it to ESPN Films, not really knowing if it was a 30 for 30, because it doesn't really zero in on a specific team or player or game or event or play, but it's kind of a broader issue. And the more we examine it and talk to different athletes from various generations of sport, we discover that a lot of the stories are the same.
Check that out on iTunes, Grantland.com, or ESPN.com's Pod Center.
ESPN Radio, ESPNRadio.com. We're presented by Progressive Insurance. We'll see you top of the hour over on ESPN News as well. 4 and an hour, top of the hour. It'll be the top 5 out of 3 in the National Football League. A look at the college football rankings now in terms of value, be it perceived and regal. Brad Edwards gives his projection of what the BCS members will be this Saturday, after this weekend's games.
Yeah, so he's our guy that projects it ahead of time. Kind of lets you know what this win will mean, what a loss will mean, how the computers will react, and gives you a sense. I mean, he's been doing this since day one, so it's not always perfect, but after working with him the last 4 years, challenge him if you want, because the guy's really good.
I describe it this way. He's a lot like a real good umpire. He's right far more than he's wrong, and it's easy to point out if he's wrong, but it's rare that it ever happens. And an interesting projection to point out that could happen this week with Oregon on a bye and South Carolina playing at LSU is that there's a potential that South Carolina could, in fact, be the number 2 team. Is that right?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and get some of the projections first. All right, so number 1 is Alabama, number 2 is Oregon, 3 is South Carolina, 4 is West Virginia, 5 Florida. I'll go with 10 deep just because they're still named teams. He projects Notre Dame at 6, Kansas State at 7, LSU at 8, Oregon State at 9. Computers really like what Oregon State's done with the BCS wins in their schedule. And then Georgia, after their housing, they're at number 10. It's still ahead of USC, still ahead of Stanford. So the computers like the Big 12 conference. They always do because the record's so good. The SEC's out of conference. Remember, a lot of it gets stronger at the end of the year. Florida plays Florida State.